Hi guys, I'm Kaylee Rocca and I'm a Sales and Marketing Director here at AOS.
I'm Justin Faith. I'm the service manager here. We're a local IT company. We've been in business for the last 37 years, serving the tri-state faithfully.
Yes. And on this episode, Series 1, Helping the Community, I'm going to ask Justin his thoughts on IT-related concerns that business owners might encounter after the COVID-19 pandemic is over.
Yeah, that's kind of a far-reaching kind of speculation, but I'm up to the task, and I do have some thoughts on that. So some of the things that business owners are going to encounter after their employees return to work, if you were in a non-essential business. Well, for one, working from home is now in the realm of possibility in the mind for employees. If it hadn't been before, it's there now.
The new norm.
It's the new norm. So many companies that had a limited remote work capability now have a robust capability to work from home. And if they do not yet have a robust work from home capability, they better get one pretty quick.
I agree.
Reason for this is just by the nature of the pandemic, and if you do your research and everything, there could be a reemergence of the pandemic, after the fall, and we start going into winter when typically the flu season starts back up again. So it is, I would say, pretty mission critical at this point that if you don't have a very well-tuned and well-oiled remote web workplace kind of plan in place, that you have to have one just to ensure your business can survive another round of this happening again. Because if your users had been able to work from home before and you were able to manage your way through this, also you're going to have the HR kind of aspect of it, that people won't see a reason why they can't work from home for other circumstances, for other reasons. So there's just no way of going back to business as it used to be without having a remote web work capability or a remote web workforce.
And virtual
meetings, communications, all of those things came into play during this. So web meetings, collaborative thing like Microsoft Teams, email standard issue, but also having remote telephone capabilities for your business, having call forwarding kind of tied into your business. All those things, along with making sure that you have an adequate internet pipe to your business to support the additional bandwidth that's necessary for a remote web workplace. All those things come into question when it comes to that. And that's just the remote web workplace side. Another thing that I could potentially see as being a problem is a blind spot in operational knowledge. This is simply from a hacking perspective. I'll give you an example. Most people, when they went to remote web, or if they were essential and they remained in business but went under the remote web workplace, the communication lines between the individual departments became a little fuzzy. So you may not have communicated with your friend as you would have normally for like the past 2 months. What I see as that as being an opportunity is to strike, to socially engineer the staff to play off of one another. So you may not have had close contact with, say, your accountant, and then you also have like your sales team leader. Your sales team leader hasn't spoken to the accountant on a daily basis. They may not know where the company is on any one decision. You can use that kind of fog of war and that lack of intimate knowledge, because everybody, once they come back into the company, they're going to try to get caught up.
Communicate.
But they're going to, maybe you have some employees that haven't looked at their email in a while. Okay? So most of the staff that could have probably been fully operational was watching the email. Maybe they had their IT staff, their IT person say, hey, watch that email. That email was a bad email. That was a phishing email. It might have had a virus in it. But then you have all these people returning to the office that haven't opened their email in a long time because they didn't have a remote web workplace. And they start opening emails. So if you had an infected file in that email and somebody hasn't been at work, they may have a higher chance of going in and opening that email and infecting the network again. Not to mention there's all kinds of other attacks that you can play off of each other if people have not been in communication. So that's the second thing. Really, the overall thing from that also, as we've already kind of discussed before, having a very good and robust backup disaster recovery plan to keep your business up and running in kind of instances such as this, You may not have had anybody in your network. You may not have had anybody on your hardware. You may not have actually done server maintenance during the COVID-19 thing. So there may be several Windows updates that need to be installed before everybody gets back to work. That's another thing that probably needs to be done, is to make sure you have your IT personnel or your IT staff, or you call us and we come in behind you and look at the network to make sure it's completely ready to go. We have all the updates and there is no security vulnerabilities available to be exploited. So those are like 3 things.
And we do have free consultation that we can review your network and see and give you a good general idea of what needs to be taken.
Right, yeah, just give us a call, 812-471-5005.
Thanks, guys. Stay safe.
Thanks.